A follow-up program that we have after ladies have attended our creche course at a Piwe, or our preschool course at a Piwe, is that we will go out into the township itself and visit these different ladies in their preschool settings. It's very important to do this because it's developing integrity and it's showing an interest in building our relationships with them. They're very happy for us to come and run Bible classes there. So what we do is we go and we run a Bible story using their resources, using their materials, showing them that you do not need to spend money to be an effective and a resourceful teacher. A good example of this is a lady called Olga, who impresses me immensely. I met Olga at my creche course. She came to me and she kept asking me, please come and visit me at my creche. One day, Otilia and I went to go and visit her. It was in a car with tinted windows because Otilia was very scared for my part. But I'm in the middle of an informal settlement or a squatter camp, a shanty town. No white people go into these informal settlements, especially not a white woman. Driving through the shanty town, and you eventually come to this little haven, and there was Olga with her 140 children, all wearing school uniforms, trying to maintain a certain level of discipline. And we could run the different classes there. And what's very nice is we've run, for example, David and Goliath. So then the songs that we teach them, the activities and the worksheets that we leave behind, they keep practicing. So every time we come there, the program gets longer and longer because they want to repeat all the different stories that we've shared with them, which is really very exciting. The way Olga established her preschool is admirable because she stayed next to this rubbish dump, and she was a single woman with a child, and every day she would be building her preschool, but then come night time she would clear up more and more of the rubbish. And so she started with one little hut other than her place where she was sleeping, 4 children, 10 children, clear up some more stuff at night, and she would build get another hut, which has eventually now evolved into about, I think she's got about 8 of these little informal settlement huts with different classes of different ages, which is really so encouraging to see.
Since I was a young girl, I have had a great interest in the weekend with the young ones. So I started with 9 children. In one shack, I sleep on the floor. In the morning, I'll take up my blankets, everything in that room. I'll put my stuff outside. Then the children will come.
And then you've got to school?
Yes. I've got 142 children with 9 teachers. I make the children to wear uniform because the school is looking like, you see, the dignity.
Dignity.
Yeah.
And very disciplined.
Exactly. It is my wish to aspiration to see children going to school, taken care and not abused. I wish to see the building for these children, and I wish to do the grade 1. I wish to see that the school is becoming bigger. Some of the problems I have is leaking. When it's raining, the water is coming in, the fantasy. And then the other problem is the coal. The coal is very expensive because I buy the coal so that the children, they must get warm. My motto is it takes a village to raise a child.
What we also like about our program when we reach out to the community is because each lesson stands independently, we can send either volunteers that have come from different countries to go to these preschools. All we need to do is make sure they get a nice song that's catchy and give them a worksheet, and they can do some outreach work themselves without having to go and train for everything. You're talking out of your own strengths. Lelandi and Michael, and I normally dovetail with different preschools so that we can try and cover 2 to 3 preschools in a week, developing these relationships. One time when Natalia and I went to go and visit Olga, when we came out, I got lost. And as I was driving along the road, it's quite difficult to go forward. It's even more difficult to reverse out of this. And I eventually came to this very big puddle, and I didn't know how deep the puddle was, so I didn't know if I could go through the puddle. So I said to Natalia, well, I'm going to get out and get a stick and see how deep the puddle is. And she had a small fit because she was already so scared with me being in this informal settlement. So a gentleman that was standing by his shack came and he saw our dilemma, and he said to me, no, don't worry. And he disappeared. The next minute he comes back with these 2 small children without shoes on, and he made them walk through the puddle so I could see exactly how deep the water was. But by this time now I had opened my window, so people had seen there was a white woman in the car. So I go through the puddle and we get to the other side, and I stop to thank the gentleman. And as we move off to drive again, there's suddenly a knock at the window, and my heart just stands still, because now I realize I've exposed myself. Now what have I let myself in for? Dare I open the window? What's going to happen? And it's a chap who says, I saw you had a sign on the side of your car advertising free Bible courses. Can I please write in for your Bible course? So I should have had a bit more faith, knowing God was looking after me, and not be so scared.